In this video I'm going to show my rail crew starter, Feng, Emberlin, Can and 3 rail workers. We're going to look at the miniatures in greater detail in a minute, but first I want to say that when I paint I get excited about too many things at once, and instead of concentrating on finishing crew I kind of spread into too many things at once. For example, I have a lot of painted masters and other individual characters, but very few finished crews. Hopefully I'm going to get organized soon. Okay, let's have a look at the miniatures individually. Normally, for really important characters like Masters and Malifaux, I do big, interesting bases. But Feng, she already has sort of a scenic base, and I didn't want to waste it, so I actually had to do something minimal. More like an extension for what she already has. Just to fill up the rest of the base. I also had a bit of an accident when assembling her, because the face bit wouldn't go into the hair bit easily. I had to force it, and I accidentally took off half of her nose with my fingernail. Green stuff to the rescue, and I think I just about got away with it. It's a well-disguised nose job. So for Can, I wanted to make a coal heap base with some coal-powered machinery. I also sculpted burning coals for his shovel. The flames don't look realistic, they look very stylized, like something out of a Japanese woodblock print. It's done on purpose because I thought it fits the character. Slightly tilting the miniature to the left gives a bit of a spring to the shovel. He really looks like he's pulling it up to rain burning coals on his enemies. The straw hat I used on him actually comes from a miniature range called Resolution, a miniature called Arashi. I quite like it. It makes him look like something out of Big Trouble in Little China. This Emberlin actually has something he's not supposed to have, a huge eye on his forehead, which some weird forum members refer to as the Eye of Sauron. Now this is not a freehand detail. There is actually a detail on his forehead which can be mistaken for an eye. His actual eyes are to the side of his head, which I mistook for nostrils. I suppose I should have looked at concept art before painting him. I was going to overpaint that eye, but some forum members talked me out of it. They said that the Eye of Sauron does look kind of cool, and I ended up leaving it as it is. Once again, nothing too fancy for the scenic base, just to fill up the empty space on it, make him sort of grow into the base a bit more. I didn't want to go over the top for the rail worker bases. They are just minions after all, and I want my more important figures to stand out, and I use bases for that as well. I was going for the junkyard theme for not just this miniature, but all 3 of my rail crew. Just like rocky bases with a bit of machinery just lying around, a bit of pipes sticking out, just some junk. The machinery bits were done just by press molding bits of other miniatures. I didn't really blend them out like I do some of my other projects. Nothing too fancy here, just simple but effective bases for your standard minion models. actually my favorite of the three rail workers. He has probably got the finest details as well, though. Something about the plastic Malifaux miniature, they tend to have a lot of detail which is fine enough to be simply overpainted, which makes painting them quite a challenge actually. One of the forum members actually commented saying that when he was painting the same model, he overlooked a lot of the detail which he sees here, and to be honest, without magnification I would have overlooked it as well. I'm not really complaining or anything. With most of the weird miniatures, the detail can be seen with naked eye, just about. Did I mention that his face is only 2.5 millimeters wide, compared to, let's say, Mei Feng is 3.5 millimeters? Weird, please don't make faces thinner than 3 millimeters. I have more miniatures which could have been in this video, like, let's say, a Rail Golem or Willy the Demolitionist, but then I decided to limit this video just to the starter box, and then probably make another video like a collection of individual miniatures, only I haven't decided if it's just gonna be Arcanist models or just from all factions, because if I try to like concentrate on specific factions it might be too long before I can make another video. So what do you think? Should I make these videos faction specific, or just bring the nicest models from all factions and make a video out of that? Let me know in the comments, subscribe to my channel, and take care.